you ever feel like you need to be constantly surrounded by people to be happy? What if I told you that your greatest superpower might be found when you're completely alone? Today, we're going to unlock the surprising truth about solitude and show you how embracing it can transform your life into a source of profound strength and inner peace. In our hyper-connected world, there's this unspoken rule, isn't there? The rule that you have to be on all the time. Your phone is buzzing, your calendar is packed, and your social media feeds are a constant stream of what everyone else is doing. We're pressured to be connected 24/7, and if we're not, we start to feel that nagging anxiety, that fear of missing out or FOMO. This constant need for connection, for external validation from likes, comments, and RSVPs can be absolutely exhausting. It's like having a slow leak in your energy tank. You're constantly pouring your inner resources outwards, trying to keep up, trying to be seen, leaving very little for yourself. We've been taught to see a full calendar as a sign of a full life, but what if that's just a myth? What if the real fullness comes from stepping away from it all? Now, let's talk about what happens when you intentionally step back. Imagine solitude not as an empty space, but as a workshop for your soul. It's in these quiet moments, free from the opinions and expectations of others, that you can finally hear your own voice. This is where true self-discovery begins. What do you actually want out of life, not what your friends or family or social media thinks you should want? Solitude gives you the space to untangle your own thoughts and desires from the noise of the world. It's also a powerhouse for creativity and problem-solving. Think about it. When have you had your best ideas? Was it in a loud, crowded room, or was it during a quiet walk in the shower or just before you fell asleep? Uninterrupted thought allows your brain to make new connections and see solutions that were previously hidden. Most importantly, by spending quality time with yourself, you cultivate genuine self-reliance. You learn that your happiness and emotional stability don't have to depend on anyone else. You become your own anchor, building a resilience that is unshakable. Okay, this all sounds great, but how do you actually do it? How do you carve out solitude in a life that feels like it has no empty spaces? It starts smaller than you think. You don't need to book a week-long silent retreat. Let's start with practical, simple steps. First, schedule digital detox periods. Seriously, put it in your calendar, just like a meeting. It could be the first 15 minutes of your morning before you touch your phone, or an hour in the evening where all screens are off. This tiny change can make a massive difference. Second, find a solitary hobby that you genuinely enjoy. This isn't about being productive, it's about being present with yourself. Try journaling your thoughts without judgment, getting lost in a good book, taking a quiet walk in a park and just noticing the world around you. Or maybe even learning a new skill like painting or playing an instrument. Third, create a dedicated solitude space in your home. It doesn't have to be a whole room. It can be a comfortable chair in a quiet corner, a spot by a window, or even just your back porch. Make it a rule that this space is free from distractions. No phones, no laptops, no to-do lists. This is your sanctuary, your personal haven for quiet reflection. The key is to be intentional. Solitude isn't something that just happens. In our busy world, it's something you have to actively create and protect. So, what's the real payoff for making this effort? It's all about recharging your inner battery. Think of your nervous system like a smartphone, constantly being engaged with the outside world. Reacting to notifications and social pressures drains your battery fast. Solitude is your charger. It's a scientifically proven way to reduce stress and anxiety. When you're alone and in a calm environment, your brain gets a break from the constant stimuli, which allows your nervous system to downshift and repair. This is when deep relaxation happens. Furthermore, this quiet time is essential for internal reflection. It's nearly impossible to set clear, meaningful goals for your life when you're constantly being pulled in a million different directions. Solitude provides the clarity you need to check in with yourself, evaluate your progress, and align your actions with your true intentions. Ultimately, giving yourself this space boosts your overall well-being and energy levels. You're not just resting, you're replenishing. You come back to your work, your family, and your friends not as a drained, frazzled version of yourself, but as a calmer, more focused, and more present individual. You fill your own cup first, so you have more to give to others. Let's reframe how we see this. Your solitude is your superpower. In a world that celebrates noise, choosing quiet is a radical act of self-care and strength. It's not a weakness or a sign of being antisocial. It's a conscious choice to connect with the most important person in your life, you. And here's the beautiful paradox. Embracing solitude actually enhances your relationships with others. When you're more self-aware, more resilient, and less dependent on others for validation, you show up in your relationships as a more whole person. You can be more present and engaged with your loved ones because you aren't secretly seeking something from them to fill a void. You're there to share your replenished energy, not to drain theirs. So I challenge you to claim your right to inner peace and clarity. Challenge the status quo that tells you to always be busy. See those moments of quiet not as something to be avoided, but as something to be treasured. It's your time to recharge, to create, to understand yourself, and to build a foundation of inner strength that no amount of external chaos can shake. Your alone time is not empty time. It's your secret weapon for a richer, more meaningful life. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey into the power of solitude. I hope this has inspired you to find a little more quiet in your life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Until next time, take care and find your strength in the quiet.